Good morning, friends. In this program, I would like to explain you about the Gateway of India, which is a symbol of colonialism or imperial legacy. I am Dr. Basavaraj Enaki, Professor of History, Government Professional College, Dandeli, District Uttar Kannada, Karnataka State. So this is the beautiful photograph of Bombay uh, taken from the Arabian Sea. This type of buildings can be seen throughout Bombay, these multi-stored buildings. Because of a shortage of lands, government has decided to give permission to construct these multi-store buildings in Bombay. Now let us see about the origin of the name Mumbai and Bombay. Mumbai, the present capital city of Maharashtra, is India's most populous city, and it is the sixth most populous metropolitan area in the world with a population of over 2.1 crore. Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay. It was built on a site of ancient settlement situated on Arabian Sea, and it took its name from the local goddess Mumba, a form of Parvati, the consort of Shiva, one of the principal deities of Hinduism, whose temple once stood in what is now the southeastern part of the city. The Portuguese Empire gave it to the East India Company in 1661 as part of the royal dowry of Catherine Braganza, who was the daughter of King John IV of Portugal when she was married off to Charles II, the King of England. In 1668, Bombay was given to the East India Company for a yearly payment of 10 sterling. The East India Company transferred its Western India headquarters from Surat to Bombay in 1687. Then Bombay Presidency came into existence. In 1687, Bombay became the capital of the company's territories in India. So these are the photographs of King Charles II and Catherine of Braganza. King Charles was born on 29th May 1630 and he breathed his last on 6th February 1685. Catherine of Braganza was born on 25th November 1638 and she died on 31st December 1705. Now let us see about the geographical composition of the Bombay. The original seven islands handed over to England were as follows: Kolab, Isle of Bombay, Mahim, Mazgaon, Old Woman's Island, that is also known as Little Kolab, Parel, and Worli. So these are the seven islands in Arabian Sea from which the present Bombay is formed. Among these names, Kolab is there, Mahim is there, Mazgaon is there, then Parel is there, and Worli. They are even today they are in practice. It became known as Bombay during the British colonial period. The name possibly an anglicized corruption of Mumbai, or perhaps of Bom and Bahim, that is a name that is a good harbor, supposedly a Portuguese name for the local. The name Mumbai was restored officially in 1995. The present area of Mumbai is about 239 square miles or 619 square kilometers. Now let us see about the origin of Bombay Presidency. In 1803, the Bombay Presidency included only Salsette, the islands of the harbour, since 1774. Surat and Bankat were included in 1756. The Gujarat districts were taken over by the Bombay government in 1805 and enlarged in 1818. Bajirao II, the last of the Peishwas who had attempted to shake off the British rule, was defeated in the Battle of Khadki in 1817 and 1818, and large area of its territory was annexed, which included mm, Pune, Ahmednagar, Nasik, Solapur, Belagaum, Kaladi, that is Bagalkot, and Dharwad, etc. By Mount Stuart Elphinstone, the then governor of Bombay. The period that followed is notable mainly for the enlargement of the presidency through the lapse of certain native states by the addition of Aden in 1839 and Sindh in 1843 and the lease of the Panch Mahals from Scindia in 1853. In 1862, the North Kendra district, the present Karwar district of Karnataka, was transferred from Madras Presidency to Bombay Presidency. So this is the map of Bombay Presidency, which consists of the present northern Karnataka and the western part of Maharashtra and Sindh of Pakistan. So these were the seven islands of Bombay. They are Mahim, Worli, Parel, Mazgaon, Bombay, Little Kolab, and Kolab. So we can see the different vegetation of this map. And the third map shows the present network of roadways and railways of Bombay city. So this is the topic of presentation which I'm going to discuss now. And this is the gateway of India, of Mumbai, which is the main attraction of this city. So here in this, we can see the three parts. So one is open hall uh, with an arch entrance on either side. And either side of the central hall, there are two open halls also where 600 people can easily sit. And we can see the four pillars. And then upon the four pillars, we can see the turrets. We can see the inscription between two turrets. We can see the Indo-Saracenic style in this gateway of India. So now let us see the view from gateway of India. So this is how a beautiful, magnificent building can be seen from the Arabian Sea. So on the either side of this gateway of India, we can see the inscription written on either side. So this is another view from the Arabian Sea where we can see the magnificent building of Taj Mahal Hotel and Tower of Hotel, and then we can see the Gateway of India also. So these are the three magnificent buildings can be seen easily, and they are situated side by side and can be seen from the Arabian Sea. So we can see the Saracenic architectural in this one. The style of the Gateway of India is Indo-Saracenic architecture, was a revivalist architectural style mostly used by British architects in India in the later 19th century, especially in the public and government buildings in the British Raj and the palaces of the rulers of the Peninsula states. In India, most of the palaces of the Peninsula states are constructed in the Indo-Saracenic style. We can see two magnificent buildings in Mysore, that is Mysore Royal Palace, and the one more that is Jagannath Palace, with many details taken from Gujarati regional style in this Gateway of India. The package is a structural design pattern that provides a simplified interface to a framework, is a reminiscent of Gujarati mosque packets. For example, the Jama Mosque of Ahmedabad of 1424. While the basic shape is in the terminology of a classical architecture and octopylon, with a floor plan of 8 piers, that's a platform on pillars from the shore into the sea, as used in some triumphal arches and memorials. The exterior features restrained but intricate bands of ornament and jalis screens around the smaller arches. Now, let us see why this the Gateway of India was constructed in Mumbai. It was constructed to commemorate the landing in India of their Imperial Majesties King George V and Queen Mary on the 2nd of December 1911. The foundation stone was laid in March 1913 for a monument built in the Indo-Islamic style. The final design of the monument by architect George Whittate was sanctioned only in 1914 and construction was completed in 1924 on the waterfront of Mumbai in India. It was erected to commemorate the landing of George V for his coronation as the Emperor of India in December 1911 at the Strand Road near Wellington Fountain. He was the first British monarch to visit India. The structure is a memorial arch made of basalt, which is 26 meters in height. It is 85 feet height, with an architectural resemblance to a triumphal arch as well as Gujarati architecture of the time. So this is a portrait of King George V and Queen Mary in their crowns and coronation robes. So this is an inscription we can see on the gateway. It states that it was erected to commemorate the landing in India of their Imperial Majesties King George V and Queen Mary on the 2nd of December 1911. So this we can see at the top of the Gateway of India, uh, facing Mumbai. So nobody can touch it and even erase it or destroy it. In such a high place, it is inscribed on the monument. So now let us see about its foundation stone. Before the gateway's construction, Apollo Bandar used to serve a native fishing ground. The foundation stone for the gateway was laid on 31st March 1913 by the then governor of Bombay, Sir George Sydenham Clerk. The final design of George Whitted was accepted for the gateway and it was sanctioned in August 1914. Between 1915 and 1919, work continued at the Apollo Bandar to reclaim the land on which the gateway was to be built, along with the construction of a sea wall. Gammon, India, had undertaken the construction work for the gateway. So these are the two important photographs where you can see the soldiers used to celebrate certain occasions in front of this gateway of India. So now let us see its measurement. The stones sourced locally while the perforated screens were brought in from Gwalior. The monument faces towards the Mumbai harbour. The Scottish architect George Whitted combined indigenous architectural elements of the 16th century architecture of Gujarat. The harbour front was realigned in order to make an esplanade, a level area beside the sea on which you may walk for a pleasure, which would sweep down to the centre of the town. On each side of the arch, there are large halls with a capacity to hold 600 people. We may wonder that the cost of construction was just rupees 21 lakh at that time, borne by then government of Bombay. Due to the paucity of funds, the approach road was never built. Hence, the gateway stands at an angle to the road leading up to it. So there is no straight road even today to enter the gateway. That is why we can't see until and unless we reach the gateway. Now let us see its information. After its construction, the gateway was used as symbolic ceremonial entrance to India for important government personnel. The gateway is also a monument from where the last British troops in the Army of India left in 1948 following the British withdrawal from India. It is located on the waterfront at an angle opposite to the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower of Hotel, overlooks the Arabian Sea. Today, the monument is synonymous with the city of Mumbai and is amongst its prime tourist attraction. There are five jetties, that is landing stage to board the boat, located at the gateway, of which two are used for commercial ferry operations even today. So this is the photograph where the Sikh parade at the Gateway of India on the occasion of the departure of the British troops from India on 28th February 1948. Now, when it was opened for public, the gateway was opened to the public on December 4th, 1924, by then Viceroy Rufus Isaacs, first Marquess of Reading. Following Indian independence, the last British troops to leave India, the 1st Battalion of the Somerset Light Infantry passed through the gateway with a 21 gun salute as part of a ceremony on 28th February 1948, signaling the end of the British Raj. So, this is the view of this Gateway of India from the Arabian Sea. It was constructed on a high platform, and where you can see the three arches. The either side of the central arches are designed with jali, a typical Indian architectural style, and there are four turrets on the central pillars, and we can see the beautiful stone used, which was found locally. So, N. Kamala, professor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, refers to the gateway as a jewel in the crown and a symbol of conquest and colonization. The monument commemorates the legacy of the British colonial rule, namely the first visit of a British monarch to India and its use as an entry point for prominent colonial person into British India. Today, the gateway is synonymous with the city of Mumbai. Since its construction, the gateway has remained amongst the first structures visible to visitors arriving Bombay. This is the side view of the gateway, so where we can see the arches, the chalice, as well as the minarets. So in order to go to Elephant Caves, we have to go to the beautiful India. So this is an aerial view of the gateway taken in 2014 with the gardens before reduction. And this is the statue of Shivaji Maharaj in the vicinity of the gateway. And we can see the pheasants on the gateway grounds. So this is the jali work of the Indian temples. So this has enriched the beauty of the gateway of India. And this type of jalis are found at the Ajitanath Jain temple in Gujarat, which is of 11th century. So we can see the floral motifs on the foundation of the pillars. These are called as the turrets, a small tower on the top of a larger tower, or or, or at the corner of the building. So here also we can see the jalis. And so this is what we say that Indo-Saracenic architecture side. It's a mixture of Indo-Saracenic architectural styles. So internal view of the dome with the Mukrans designs. Mukrans are taken from the design of mosques of Lebanon or Palestine. This type of Mukrans are found usually in the famous mosques of the Middle East countries. So this design we find in the dome, that is the central dome of the gateway of India. So this is a beautiful scene of Taj Mahal Palace and Tower Hotel from the Arabian Sea, where you can also see the Gateway of India. And boats are there in order to take the passengers from this Gateway of India to Elephanta Caves. There are commercial boats as well as domestic boats also. So thanks for patience watching. Your suggestions are highly commendable. This is my email ID. Thank you.